Welcome to Infinity Capital, everyone. This is Raj. So, in the Auto Ancillary series, we are going to talk about Jamna Auto today. So, Jamna Auto is one of the largest in India, company which makes tapered leaf springs and parabolic springs for automobiles. So, basically, they have major contribution towards the commercial vehicle market. So, they are a leading supplier for commercial vehicles OEMs in India. It is also amongst the world's third largest manufacturer of springs, parabolic springs. They were the first to introduce parabolic springs in India, right? So this company was formed in 1954, and then it was converted in the year 1965. Like there was a small, they started from a small shop, and then which was converted into a company in 1965. So actually the company started in 1965. So they have around 9 strategically located facilities. So this is spread all across India. The reason for that is because they need to service separate clients whose manufacturing facilities are spread all across India. So that is why they need to be strategically located so that they can curb the cost of transportation. Also supply chain becomes easier. So the company is a market leader with 64% market share, in the OEM segment, original equipment manufacturer segment. So this is what the company is about, right? And let's give a quick check here. It's a small cap company with around 3,400 crore market cap, right? Promoters hold around 50% stake in the company, and if you notice here, the promoters have actually increased their stake in the company since last year. So they have increased 1% of their stake in the company. So that is a good sign when promoters are buying their own shares of their own company. Good, decent participation by FIIs. DII's participation has increased by 4% or so. So this is a very good sign. Cash flows are around 215 crores from operations, so pretty good. Free cash flow is around 37 crores. Very good considering the times that we are going through a pandemic, and business are getting hit hard, especially the automobile sector, right? Because it's a discretionary product. So yeah, the borrowings have been trimmed. If you look here, they had borrowings of around 152 crores, which has been trimmed. So pretty much gone off the balance sheet. Borrowings have gone. They have cash of around 41 crores on the balance sheet. That is also pretty good. Let's do a quick check on their ratings, financial ratings. So they have around 345 crores of long-term, short-term fund base. So basically, this is a fund-based limit. The ICRA rating is A1 plus, so it's a good rating. On their long-term fund-based limits of 50 crore, they have a stable rating, which is AA minus. So it was revised from negative, it was converted into stable. And commercial paper they have, which is A plus rating. So overall, the rating is pretty good. On the unallocated limits, they have A plus rating. So the ratings are pretty good, considering the situation we are in. And these numbers have gone higher because see, during a pandemic, there is working capital requirement by the company because their profits are not coming in, so they need more working capital. So that is the reason why you will see some amount of increase. So the total increase is of around 30 crores over here. Total borrowings, short term, long term, fund based limits, all of that, right? So let's look at the profit and loss scenario here. So there, if you see, their sales have pretty much halved since 2019. 2019 they were doing 2100 crores of sales, and last year they only did 1000 crores. So that is one of the reason why the stock also corrected by 70-80%. Their margins have also gone down pretty drastically. If you see, they were at 16% in 17-18, and the margins have dropped. So there is scope for the margin to scale, go higher, which will basically, increase their profitability in the future. If we look at the net profit perspective, the net profit has also halved as compared to 2019, right? However, compared to last year, the profits have gone up, so this is a good sign. Also, if you see the tax rate has gone down by five points, and this is also resulting in a little higher profits, right? On a quarter-on-quarter basis, if you'll see March as compared to March last year, the profits are much higher. Even December profits were much higher, right? September was higher as well, profits. So there is good amount of traction in the past 3 quarters, and that is the reason the stock continues to go up from its, from its recent low. Now, from a PE chart perspective, this looks, there is some anomaly here. There's a straight line up here, so probably we'll have to revisit this later on. Let's look at the technical aspect for this stock. So if you'll notice that we are looking at the weekly chart, the stock basically corrected, almost 81% from its all-time high. Then it reversed after making a low during the COVID crash, and it is now up around 300%. So what is the trade here? Essentially, the stock was basically consolidating within this range. This is the range in which the stock was consolidating, and then it broke out. So we were accumulating this stock in this range. This is the area that we were accumulating the stock in, right? And now we are waiting. If there is any pullback, we'd be looking to add to our position. So the stock did go up, but it's sort of consolidating in this range, right? So if we see any sort of pullback in this range, we'll be adding to this position. If you're looking to make a fresh position, this is the range. This is the range that one should be looking at to accumulate this stock. Okay, let's look at the moving averages. The 50 days trending upwards, the 200 days trending upwards. So that is a good sign. Over here, the 50-day had gone sideways, but after the stock broke out, both the moving averages are trending upwards. So there is good momentum in the stock, basically, right? So this should be accumulated at every correction, at every small correction. We will be looking to accumulate this. What sort of upside are we looking at? So basically, once the economy opens up completely, we will see more traction in sales of automobiles and vehicles, and we might continue to see higher sales and higher profits for these companies. So we are going to keep this stock for the next 2 quarters to see how the profits are coming in, how the sales are happening. And if there is good traction in sales and profits, then we'll continue to hold it. So our average price is somewhere here, so we are expecting at least a 40 to 50% upside from here. This is what we are expecting from this stock, right? So this was the analysis, guys. A quick disclaimer: this is not a buy-sell recommendation. This video is for educational purposes only. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone.